watch as things happen. Vitu zinafanyika alafu naangalia tu. Nasikia one more view. Haku-like, haku-comment, hakufanya kitu yoyote. It was just a view. And they are viewing many things. They are viewing things from Apostle William Kimani to Kilimani Imams. They swing in a pendulum. Hawanaga anything particular that they are viewing. They are just moving like this. Wakiona kitu interesting, wana click. Wanaanza kuona, wana enlarge, wana reduce, wanasikiza, wanaangalia, alafu wana move on. They move on quickly. They are observers. They just observe. And they can tell you, by then nilikuona. Oh, basi niliona hiyo poster. Niliona. Kusema kitu. Hata sasa ananiambia miezi 3 after. Niliona bana. Niliona. Hata kuna ukiweka hiyo poster, anakuambia, ilikuwa mzuri sana. Kumbe haijafanyika. Anafanya tu guesswork fulani. Nilikuwa busy sana, ningejua I would have done this. You know? But then there are people we call insiders, or what we call veterans. They lead the way. They bring change and transformation. Wacha niwapitishie hii. Ndio ujue wewe ni nani. Are you seeing the cycle? From this side kuna watu wanaitwa peripheral. They come to discover. You know? After they look at it, they say, by the way, Instagram inakuanga ya? Iko aje? Niingie. Nimesikia kuna Telegram. Inakuanga ya? Kuna magroups uko ndani. Niingie, Then they come inbound, the novice. Then they come and become an insider, a regular person on Instagram. Mimi nimejaribu keep up na Instagram imenishinda. Niko. Hata TikTok niliingia. I have not posted anything so far. You can't keep up with everything. I'm more on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Those 3, you can find me very well. Lakini zingine utapata jina lakini I'm doing nothing. Because sijaelewa hata TikTok ni ya nini. Because I try to influence when I go somewhere. So I'm learning. Nikijua venye naweza influence. Nalipata huko ndani sana. So you become an insider. Then you become a veteran. You know a veteran? Veteran ni kama watu kama Franco. Unajua Franco? Anajitanga aje majina yenye watu utamjua vizuri. Mama Otis, Baba Otis, mnamjua? Huyo jamaa sasa huyo ni veteran. Huyo ameshikilia huko sana. Churchill in YouTube is also a veteran. Huyo ni mtu anapiga 1 million views. Ya Kagao in our church. Hizi kanaitangwa Edith Wairimu. Ako pia ni ka veteran. Anagonga ma 200k, ma 300k views. Ako sawa. Ani ma veteran bana. Instagram ma veteran ni kina nani? Saizi nani yako Instagram seriously kabisa? Mostly international guys. Huku Kenya ni ngumu. Ni ngumu sana upate mtu veteran Kenya Instagram. Because anyway, we don't have good cameras. Na watu wa ku-edit picha vizuri. Lakini pia, we don't invest a lot on how we look. Because utapata mpaka celebrity, ambaye yako very serious, bado anavaa nguo same after some time. Whereas in some places, they can't repeat a cloth. Akishavaa once, actually people look forward to apata hiyo nguo. It's sold at a higher price than they... Akivaa tu once, they sold at a higher price because of who they are. Those are veterans. If you go on Twitter, people like Haben Nasil, who I follow closely, and Dani Mado, these are veterans, kabisa. Veterans who can have 1 million retweets. Evo. A tweet kitu. By the Instagram, the greatest veteran in Instagram is Cristiano Ronaldo. He is number 2 from the main account here, Instagram. You know, Instagram also has an Instagram account as a company. He is number 2. You remember when he removed the sawdust, akiongea, and shares za koku zikaenda chini? Yani the global leaders of Coca-Cola had to meet. And they have no competitor. Just know they have no competitor. They compete against themselves. If you go and ask for soda, it's always Coca-Cola. It may not be the brand Coca-Cola, it may be Sprite lakini ya Coke bado. And yet they had to meet because Cristiano Ronaldo in a second aliondoa tu chupa hivi zikaenda chini. Hiyo ndio influence naongea kuhusu. Bwana asifiwe sana. Hiyo ndio influence. Just imagine if it was a Christian. Andike aseme tu ama akunya t-shirt imeandikwa hapa Jesus saves. Kama anaweza peleka shares hivi, si anaweza peleka Yesu hivi. So why are we just at the peripheral? And finally we have those we call elder or retired. Inafika mahali unashindwa ku keep up. Unakuja other younger people who are more vibrant. I know akina Kasavuli are trying to go back to TV. I saw them when I was a boy. And there was only one TV, KBC. Na ilikuwa inafunguliwa 5 jioni. 5 in the evening. Na inafungwa saa 6 usiku. Ilikuwa inaanzia na wimbo wa taifa, inamaliza na ukuibu wa Kiislamu. There was only one family kipindi every day. Moja tu. It was either Vioja, Vitibi, Vituko. It was V something. That is how it was. Kasavuli was there. Hizi amerudi. Atakuta kuna maveteran huko sasa. Atafika mahali tu alitaya ondoka kila baada Muksini na Gota Francis. Ataondoka tu. Okay, those ones you may not even remember them there. A long time ago. When there were no soap operas. Soap operas imekuja the other day with one called The Bold and the Beautiful, The Rich Also Cry. It's only like 1995, 96 when KTN came in. KTN was the second TV. That one was in TV. Citizen imekuja 2000. Yanne. Okay, you are looking at me like I am a dinosaur from those years. But I'm saying, utakuta kwamba umepushiwa out. Hata ukijaribu namna gani, akina even Franco cannot do it until he is 75. Nafika tu mahali ya, people like Vera Sindika had tried. I think we were in high school around the same time. If I remember. Well, lakini imefika mahali hata yeye hawezi keep up, si ndio? Sasa kupata mtoto mmoja mbili hivi. Hata ukijaribu namna gani utashindwa. Unajaribu ku maintain shape ikatae. Because mwili uchapa bana. Hii mwili si chuma. Mwili uchapa toa. Nafika mahali ulikuwa figure 8. In the third child, the figure you are, you can't explain. It is nowhere in trigonometry. It is not anywhere in geometry. Iko tu lakini, you imagine it's a figure, but you can't tell which one. So if you do not invest on who you are as a person, you will be gone out of it kabisa. That is why I insist on investing on what is not perishable, which is your brain. Hello? And I normally tell ladies, if somebody told you, shake what your mama gave you, shake your head. Tell them my mama gave me a good brain. That one will never die. It doesn't need to be in any other shape. Anyway, utatoka tu. Watatoka. Hata irekomondi. Nimemhubiria hapa Desta akiwa vice chairman wa CU. Johnson Mwakazi was the mission coordinator. Niliona tu hapa Desta siku nyingine hawajasoma hadi kitambo. Hata rubadili. Hao kasichana kamesoma tu tukikaona akapata mtoto kakaenda alafu kakarudi tu shule tena. Ukaona tu. Nafika mahali irekomondi. After ameonesha all the nudity he can, there is no more nude he can show unless he joins pornography. Tafika tu mahali, you will say this is whatever series and you are showing a lot of nudity, lakini tafika mahali, there is no more nudity you can show unless you join pornography. That's the thing about life. There is always a limit, isn't it? So our hope is that we can go to a point of influencing as Christians. Let us move on. Digital culture. Inaendelea tu. I have 20 minutes. I give you a short break. Ni sawa? Ndaangalia venye mmekaa kama mnahitaji break. Technology and internet shapes the way we interact as humans. The way we interact as humans. When they interact. At these days, if you want to have a friend, Like now I can have 1,000 friends at one click. I have 1,000 friends waiting for me. Click, 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 and I have 1,000 friends. But are they really my friends? I'm just asking. The other day I was in a relationship seminar, and they're asking me, can people date on Facebook? Nah, lie, oh, it's a lie. Because on Facebook, what you see is a photo. What do you see is a photo, not a person. And photos can lie, don't they? You know, I have had the privilege of meeting some of these celebrities. They don't look like that. Hiyo picha imepigwa mafilter. Amepose picha 200 ikachaguliwa moja. Ukimwangalia, ukikutana naye tu utashangaa. Sasa amepigwa makeup, amepigwa foundation, amepigwa mpaka imefika sasa ile ya mwisho. Sasa huku sijui mnahitaji zile nataka katoro. Tumatope, amepigwa tumatope. Ndio tumatope amewekelewa tumatope mpaka amechange face. Ndio tumatope tukimnyeshewa vizuri. I remember there's a guy in that same seminar ambaye alisema they met with a person. Alisema na sasa tumekisha kutana, nimelipa mpaka food. And he was even angry because of the food he paid. He was sure they are going nowhere, but he hoped that they would have not even eaten because he has wasted his money on food. Because the way the person looked was totally different. When you see on Facebook, you didn't tell I'm this tall. You can't tell. Unless, utajuaje? Because hakuna kitu ya kufananisha ndio useme niko tall aje. Then you come and I am extremely tall. And you wonder, no, you are there looking at me like this. And wondering, now how shall we be communicating? You're looking at me like this. Like I'm on top of a tree. Maka inabidi tupigania simu tu tukiwa na wewe. Badala uangalia juu shika tu simu. Ni kuongelesha vizuri ndio uache kuangalia juu. Anyway, people can meet on Facebook, but they can't date on Facebook. It changes how we behave, isn't it? So you come from the village, but these days you say, oops. Where did you hear oops from? Niko kwenye ulisema oops. Ouch. Ulisikia wapi hiyo? Ulisikia wapi? Ulisikia wapi? Si umeisikia tu hapa, umekuja tu town. Assuming that you can call Machakos a town. So umeisikia tu town. You know, there's a college I teach in Nyeri. And they tell me nimeenda town, I tell them, which town? Nyeri town. 2 streets like this. All banks are bordering each other. Because those are the only beautiful buildings around. Anywho, umejulia hizo vitu size, imekuchange the way you behave. You didn't know. Kitambo ulikuwa tu, si ndio? Na maisha, I remember when I went to campus, alafu nikaambiwa sasa nimeingia vice chair wa CU lazima nivae suti. Na nilikuwa zile na viatu zenye zilikuwa kubwa kidogo, Hansen. You are too young to know them. Zilikuwa zina kazi kuna platform huko chini. Ndefu, na zilikuwa za suede. Nikavaa nazo na suti. Nobody is even telling me there is something wrong with you. I'm moving around with them. Nobody even told me how to match colors. So I would look like, a chameleon would follow me and get flabbergasted, you know? Which color do I become? Because I would wear all the colors in the wardrobe and feel nothing. Feel nothing. And still move on with life. But anyway, umebadilishwa a lot with, especially the internet. Isn't it? Even the kind of music you like. What did you grow up liking? Anything really. They didn't have a taste. These days, there are people even working hard to have a taste that is elegant of jazz music. Very boring music, but they are, because jazz is elite. I serve in a very elite church in Garden Estate, Nairobi. No, Dome. Garden Estate. So they like jazz. No. Sasa hiyo ndio kitu wana work for. Ndio wapende jazz. So that you go to a jazz festival. You know? It's funny. But you have been shaped by the internet. Even the course you take sometimes have been shaped by the internet. or maybe by CUPSPS. Inaitwa CUPSPS. Yetu ilikuwa inaitwa JAB. Ilikuwa too very easy. JAB. Joint Admissions Board. Full stop. Hii yenyu kuna CSG ngapi? So I tu elimu board. Kwani then you explain later. How do you have to abbreviate the whole name mpaka iitiki? Kenya sijuagi watu waketi kwa ofisi akili zinaruka ama zinaenda wapi. Unasimama mtu kwa ofisi tu anasimama hivi. Anasema muweke initial 6 kwa jina moja. KUCCCUPS. Why? Si tu elimu board. It will still work without having intercollege and university. Anyway, the way we think and communicate ideas is shaped by the internet. The facts are shaped by the internet. I am like how many kgs now? Like 81? Like 88, eh? The reality is, I can go up to 100 with my height and you wouldn't notice. But the internet tells you that you must be certain kgs. Now, unaamini. And it's not even a fact. But according to you, it's a fact now. The way we perceive facts is different these days. What we call beautiful. The other day, this Kaluo Gawa, anaitwa nani? Asichana ka governor. Lupita. She was named among the 9 most beautiful women in the world. What's beauty then? Asichana tu karefu hivi tu. That's why I say, I always tell men, choose beauty according to you. And make sure the one you choose is the most beautiful to you. Wachana na hii gine ya dunia. Because hii gine ya dunia inabadilika. That's the reality. She was in the 9. Na huku watu ni kubreach wana breach. But for her, darkest was best. Isn't it? Watu huko najaribu kujidunga sindano sijui wapate nini wa increase wapi. She has increased nothing. And she is in the 9 most beautiful women in the world. Facts change with the internet. What we believe change. What do you believe? If I tell you 1,000 times that so and so is a thief, you may believe. Sindio? So that word in the street is so and so is a thief. But nobody has ever proved anything. Sini kweli. Mumeshaambiwa tayari na mmekubali. This issue of LGBTQ imepelekwa mpaka imefika mahali watu wanasema tumekubali, we have accepted. I'm not, but I'm your straight Christian friend who loves gay people. Na unajua ni kuambiwa tu mnaambiwa na internet. Mnaambiwa mkiambiwa kwanza mnakuwa shocked. Nani anasema hivyo? After that mnakuwa angry. Waondoke waende kabisa. After that tunasema ndio wako tu watakuanga. Chana na wao ni wendazimu. Of course mwendazimu ina market. Ndio wanasema just love them the way they are. They are normal people. It is a process of the internet making you accept the absurdity. Bwana asiwe sana. Because how do you define a person by the kind of sex they like? So tomorrow it will be David is a missionary. I'm not saying anything. Because I love preaching the gospel. That was missionaries came to do. But the reality is, hizi vitu ni za internet. Na zinafanyika, na inafika mahali, sisi kama Christians tunasema, you don't even go against them. It is time that we begin to raise campaigns. Until the other truth is heard. Because there are always 2 sides of the truth. The other side of the truth needs to be known. When will we, if we don't think media is a strong influence? When shall we ever change anything if we are leaving internet to the people who bring the worst? They look like Navasha, nobody went to church. Everybody went. Kwa nasa hata sikuona safari dale. Kwani zilipita mara ngapi hapo? Zilikuwa ngapi hata? Ndio watu wakae weekend mzima huko. Zilikuwa ngapi? How many cars were racing? How many times did they pass Naivasha? Once. What were they doing there in Naivasha? It's nothing to do with safari rally. My senior pastor will be writing something in the newspaper tomorrow. Standard. Enda muangalie. We discuss your story na itakuwa kwa newspaper kesho. We are calling it Subaruism. Poor people driving cars alone, carrying people who are not their wives to go and have vices. Right? In Naivasha. Coming back poor, having destroyed part of their bodies, to a normal poor life, having brought to the country nothing. They may take something from it, but they are not getting anything. Then our country is suffering from something called omoshism. Our country is an elite beggar that begs without any shame. And after spending the money in corruption, goes and begs again. Do you know right now, after Naivasha, there is a deficit of condoms? It is in the newspaper. There's a deficit. Because they are normally donations. How do I nunua? People are not buying them. They are given for free. So more than 6 million of them were distributed during that weekend. More than 6 million that weekend. So the reality is, we are waiting for another donation. Omoshism. So that newspaper tomorrow itakuwa Subaruism and Omoshism. Where tunaomba kutoka China, tunatumia vibaya na corruption inaibiwa mpaka barabara haijaisha, tunarudi kuomba tena tupewe ndio tumalize sasa juu tumetumia vibaya. There'll be in the newspaper tomorrow. Just check Reverend Edward Furi. I don't know whether he will acknowledge me, but even if he doesn't, I know my thought is there. And I have the article. Niko nayo saa hii. Because tuliongea your story. I don't like writing. He knows it. I hate writing. But I have written papers on academic papers. Now, technology. So, beliefs and interests. Even what interests you changes. Culture enables us to embrace digital transformation. Okay? The digital culture, digital transformation. It helps us move to innovation. Most of the innovation is around technology. Sindio? Most of the innovation. Like what? Like, I recently got a phone that has several features. Like what? Juu unaweza fungua na kuangalia hivi, juu nini? Tofauti ya hiyo na kuweka tu pin nini. That was what I was asking them. That's why I'm like, hey, there's an elite phone. It's an iPhone. Difference ni? Mtu akipika sinalia tu kawaida. No, it's an iPhone. And our pastor must have it. Because everybody around here has an iPhone. We left Android. They're telling me, we wanted to send you something on iTunes. Wimbo yetu ya Sunday iko kwa iTunes. Nilikuja kuhubiri kanisa serious. So iTunes, Android. Anyway, most of the innovations are around technology. And it is the internet that helps us innovate them. One of the greatest innovations from Kenya is M-Pesa. I'm telling you, that thing makes us respected in the world. M-Pesa is a serious one. Yesterday I was showing my wife something I've learned recently in my WhatsApp, in my M-Pesa app, to save all my pay bills. A steamer and in Evo. So when I click like this, inaingia pay bill na account. So like a 2 pesa na pin. And these days I can use my thumb. I don't have to put pin. So I can pay my electricity as I drive. One na thumb. I move on. In fact, I have put some preferred amounts from 100 shillings to 5,000. So I can touch the amount. I didn't say, what? This is a Kenyan thing. Ni yetu. Of course, Viusasa is a Kenyan Netflix, you know? Social connectivity and learning opportunities. There are many things you learn online. Like the diploma I did it online in a university in the US. The recognizable, wonderful university. And I didn't even want to graduate. I just said I want to learn. But after some time, kanisa ikaanza kuidisha karatasi. Kabidi nilipe hiyo pesa nipewe karatasi. But I had said I don't need to learn. But in Kenya, papers matter, eh? You have to go for them. Mpaka unaonaga training kama hii tunaulizwa certificate. Tunaweza peana juu I teach, I'm a lecturer. Kile sijui vile itakusaidia. Tukiwa university nilikuwa naona imeandikwa ati I was due a vice secretary in Murang'a Maragwa University Association. What is this? I was a chairman of goat eating in Nyeri Kirinyaga Association in Maseno. What is this? Na mtu ameiweka hapo alafu anaanza. That is why they say copies of academic certificates and testimonials. Ndio uache hizo ya prefect na vini uache na huko mbali. Ukiandika noisemaker na unataka kusema kuna karatasi. I'm going slowly. There are reasons why people are active on digital space. Number one is their interest. Can I get more? Their interests. And they're expressed for specific purposes depending on individuals. So some are interested in politics. Not tunapenda politics, ndio. They love politics. Saizi wameshajua. Sasa hivi ndivyo itapangwa. Na ile ndiye atakuwa hii, huyu atakuwa vice, huyu atakuwa hii, imepangwa. Saizi kuna watu wanajua rege imefika wapi. Siko sure kama hii bado. Lakini kuna mtu anajua imefika wapi. Mpaka ameanza kucount wao judges wa 7. Hawa ni wa upande yetu. Judges. Hawa ni wa upande yetu. Hawa ni wa upande. Yaani politics inampendeza. Anafika mahali mpaka 2022 anajua nani wanavai. This I know my friend Ruben Kigame is vying. I know he is vying. I also know your governor is vying. Wanavai wengi kutoka hii pande. Hata Professor Kivutha anavai. Nani mwingine anavai? Ngiru hajasema. Lakini I still remember Ngiru was in the ballot in 1997. I was old enough. I was not voting, but I was old enough to know. Na walikuwa na Raila pia. Raila was there. Raila was there. It was Ngiru, Raila. There was another funny guy. Was it Orengo ama? It was either Orengo or Anyang' Nyong'o. No, Anyang' Nyong'o was the deputy of Ngiru. Watu ni wale tu. Wamekuwa wakivai kutoka tukue vijana. Tukua tu primary school. Walikuwa na vai. Wako kwa GHC. So politics, education. There are those who love things about education. Sindio? Unasikia ati Bachelor of Education yuko scrapped. Unaanza kusoma. Because nakwambia courses zingine za university, mtu anashindako, what are you becoming? No. You are there taking BA General, French and Horticulture. So what are you becoming? If you are asked, the president akikwambia unataka kuajiriwa wapi? Hauko sure. Alafu unafanya courses from all departments. You are in the faculty of science, you are taking something. You are in the faculty of arts, something. And you are going every faculty. What are you becoming? Sometimes I don't know why universities do these things to us. You are graduating, lakini huwezi jua yeye amekuwa nini. Nowadays you know you have become a teacher, isn't it? You have become an engineer. You have become this or the other. These days, what are you becoming? Unakuta BA, social work, na bado iko na other branches. So, the other day somebody was telling me they took BSc, Bachelor of Science in Finance. How is finance a science? I'm asking them. Then somebody took a master's in financial engineering in JKUAT. Sasa hizo ni nini? Unajua wakati mwingine unashindwa hizo ni nini surely. Si mtu afanye tu kitu tunajua ni nani yeye. Sasa ukiambiwa stand up and tell us what is your profession. I'm a graduate. Because ukijaribu kusema Kenya ulisoma. Ulisoma horticulture, fisheries, French with information technology. From a university that nobody knows about. Bahari. Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, Nambale campus. So, we're wondering, hata ukusomea main campus. Somea Nambale campus. Na ilitoka after tumemaliza, iliisha. So nobody can even trace ulikuwa wapi. So entertainment. Kuna watu wanapenda entertainment, si ni kweli? And do you know why I'm stating this? As I said, we must influence every sector. We go faster. Sports. Well, I used to love football, I was an Arsenal fan. The surest way of getting a heart attack. If you support Arsenal and you have never gotten a heart attack, your heart is strong. Ete uandike from your list of diseases, although heart attack, hiyo haiwezi kuua. Unaweza kuwa na vitu zile lakini si heart attack. The time I decided never to, nikasema nimeacha football kabisa because huwezi toka team. Huwezi toka nimetoka Arsenal nimeenda Man U wapi? Huwezi. So the day I left, nakumbuka tulikuwa half time tulikuwa tumepiga watu 3-0. Tukarudi tukapigwa 4-3. Nikasema it is not good for my heart. It is not good. Lord deliver me. I mean, itaniua hii kitu. Because I could not even sleep in my room. I was in campus. Because watu wa Man U we were not even, they were just haters watching the football. Hata waku, they are the noisiest. Watu wa Man U, they are the noisiest. They don't even win a lot, but they are noisiest. So wananigoja tu kwa room yangu. Na tuko tunacheza against them. I didn't sleep in my room. Nitafuta mahali ya kulala. Nikaona hii kitu itaniua. But you love sports, social issues, isn't it? Kuna watu wameingia hizi vitu za wako upande ya Amerix na Jaloka. Wengine wako upande ingine ya nani? Aoko. Naona jija mko kwa hizo vitu. Hata mjui nasema nini? Mayo. Hapo watu wana influence. Masculinity Saturday is trending right now. Go and ask who is doing it. Aoko is the one who defends men. Who else? What is our other name, by the way? Mavericks. Those are the fellas who do so a lot of social things. Then kuna climate issues. So how do we do it? Number one, we need effective digital engagement by studying the culture. Study. How do you make your tweet trend? Who do you need to tag? Have you ever gone on Twitter and unajaribu kutafuta why is this trending hata ujui? Watu wametag anything, wanauza carpets, wanauza everything na ujui hata ina trend kwa nini. But they make sure they tag all the trending tags because they know how to it trends. How do you have an Instagram have more likes? Not just by being more naked, because more naked will get you more likes, but it will get to a point where you can't get more likes. There is a way they have a strategy, digital strategy, to make it trend. They know, akina Frako wanajua, kenye nafanyanga i trend. They know, akina Eric, they know. Hawa watu wa blogs, they make money with their blogs. They give you a title mpaka unashangaa. Unashangaa. Like when we went to Switch TV, one of the blogs iliandika aje? Disema, no, atheism is another religion that has their own pastor. You know, it is convoluted. So you are there trying to see what does this mean. So unaenda kuangalia, si ndio? Kitambo ilikuwa mtu anaandikiwa 10 ways to know somebody is cheating. 7th one will shock you. You know. That is the thing. So you study it and sit side and say, I want to influence Twitter. How do I do it? I want to influence, because you can't do all of them, by the way. Hawezi sema ati nitakuwa zote. Hakuna mtu trend zote. Mtu trend tu moja. Unaweza kuwa kwa zingine, lakini mtu trend moja. Kuna picha inaweza pigwa kama K24 imetrend the other day because of hii jamaa ya achana mambo ya stima. Je, serikali ikupee kazi. Kuna watu hawakuona hiyo kitu. Yaani you know, this is now how funny these is are. Kuna watu, this is not even a joke. What are we doing, brethren? If we are young and we are not there, because surely that thing is still trending. That's true. Mpaka huyo jamaa amekuwa venye tu ameangalia hiyo look imetengenezwa as a meme itself. It is almost becoming an emoji. So ukiandika kitu sasa inaambia wewe achana nayo. Wewe naambia serikali ikupee kazi. Of course the Omosh one ili trend pia. Mwenye anakuambia unalala mpaka saa 4 na omosha na kutegemea. As you can tell, I am in these things. I see them and I see why they trend. The other day, a song of 1986, it trended last year, Free Leader. It was sung in 1986, and the guy lost his voice a year later. So he can't even sing now. But a song, it trended after how long? So it trended. Those are the things I study and ask myself, why are they trending? The other day, Reverend Lucy Natasha was trending. Ila nikaangalia, unajua huyo ni Musire Queen wetu. Ni Musire Queen wa kuokoka bana. Katika wokovu pia tuko na wetu, si ndio? Katika wokovu tuko na Musire Queen wetu. Na huwezi mguza kama hatujatuambia vizuri. Unaguza Musire Queen wetu tufanye nini? Unajua vile we are not many. Wahubiri had some very few. Very few of them can show you heaven. They show you hell. And you understand it, you know. They scare you to salvation, ndio. Ukiimagine huyu jamaa huyu ameopa hell, amenyalaka. Vaidi ana tu bigo. So I had to check what is Reverend Lucy Natasha trending for. And we studied, why did that trend? The other day it was a Mokolino trending. Do you guys see the Mokolino? Yeye mko mbali na hii maneno. You must actually study for you to influence it. Where hapana tu swipe. I'm hoping by the end of this day, somebody will make a decision. I'm going to influence. Bwana asifiwe. Number 2, you study the culture. Okay, number 1. Then you study why do people prefer a certain platform over the other. How come if it's Natasha, she is more on Instagram? Okay? Of course, there is an obvious one that she looks, among preachers, she looks pretty, isn't it? Among preachers. That's the truth. Maybe that's why she's on Instagram. If Aoko went on Instagram, she would not trend. She doesn't look Instagram worthy. But her brain is good on Twitter. She trends. You get what I'm saying? Because hawezi trend na Instagram ni kweli tu. Lakini akikuja upande wa Twitter anatesa huko. So ask yourself, what do they prefer? So that even your church, as Machakos DC, you ask yourself, where do you want to trend? Mtaka YouTube au mtaka Facebook? Unajiuliza tu, au mtaka website yenu ikuwe ndio ina trend? Ask yourself. Because unless you do that, you will remain with 2 views, 3 views. You have to increase your views by studying. Why do people prefer? Number 3, what are the protocols and norms of that platform? What are the protocols and norms? Because protocol kama ya Twitter, ukipost video, ni how many seconds? How many? Acha niweka Twitter down. WhatsApp, status, how many seconds? 30 seconds. The same with Twitter, by the way. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. So you are clear that if you want to trend on the status, because there are people we look forward to see the status. Kenya amesema. Kama kuna msichana fulani ni HR manager huku Nairobi. Lakini status yake, have a personal number. Kwa namba ya ofisi haezi andika vizuri. Lakini personal number yake ni kitu ya kuchekesha all the time. Zile vitu wanaandikanga. Her captions are different. It's the same meme, but she has her own captions. Lakini ukimwona akidrive gari hivi kwanza anakuwa gari ya maroon kubwa hivi na huyu ni HR manager. Lakini pale kwa WhatsApp status anatesa na kuchekesha watu, lakini hapatii watu personal number kama mjuani vizuri. Akupatia office number. So how status? Because kuna watu status zao zinaburudisha. Zingine tu ni mapicha. Hivi. Picha ameweka picha 50. Those are bad protocols. Watu watakublock, watakumute. Watakumute bana. Hata kama unauza vitu, uza pole bwana, kuwa mpole. Pala uza kwa status yangu, these are my MPs. Watakumute. So even if you go, when you go to WhatsApp, know the protocols. Are we together? When you go to Twitter, know the protocols of that platform. When you go to Facebook, hapana andika mpaka inaandikwa read more, read more, read more. Because hapo hauta trend bana. Long post alert. That's how people live. Wanachana tu na wewe. You must be, keep it catchy. Keep it, you don't have to say you have quoted the Bible. No. Just write it without quoting the Bible, lakini it's Bible. Lakini pia usiquote Bible in the wrong context. Umetoka hapa nje, kabia mtu achukue simu, badala umwangalie vizuri, uliangalia hivi kwa piga picha. Alafu naandika, my God is a deliverer of sinners. Sasa what is this? Kama ni hiyo, weka Instagram na usiongee, ni sawa. Wacha watu wa swipe wakionanga. Lakini si ati uingie Facebook unataka kuhubiri, lakini picha iko hapo, haiwezi kubali neno iingie. Alizote kulikuwa na neno kwa comments. Alikuwa amesema nini? Kwa comments juu hajaona hiyo. Na sema ati ni vibaya kupost kitu umekaa poa. Kama umekaa poa, umekaa poa. Post lakini usishikanishe na message iendani. Hello. Nasema ati Jesus died for us when we are yet sinners. Kidi picha umeweka. Haikai. And my Redeemer lives. Are you saying your Redeemer lives or you live? It looks like you live too, Unaishi bana. So protocols and procedures of that platform. What else do you study? You must learn what it means to share. What does it mean to share? Who sees what I share? If I share, like if somebody shares my account, who is able to see? Understand that. Like for example, I normally boost our Facebook page because I'm the one who runs our pages. I'm employed actually with my job description. I'm employed also to be the online church coordinator of PCA Dome. Nalipo na mshahara iko ya kufanya hiyo kazi. So right now we have likes ambazo zimeenda kufika, follows ambazo zimeenda kufika 3,000 and we have more than 2,000 likes. That's our Facebook page. It's a church by itself. We even have a diaspora fellowship for people who don't live in Kenya. Ukisema hapo comment, alafu andike comment, I'm commenting this from Beirut. I follow you up with a message. Join our WhatsApp group of diaspora. We do a 5-minute sermon for them every Sunday. 5 minutes. And then once a month we meet for a Zoom fellowship. Na wakaja nasema, ni kanisa ambayo inajisustain. Hii laptop imenunuliwa na wao. Walituma 650,000. Ninunue equipment. Of course, we needed a camera and several other things. Pia mshahara yangu ni equipment bana. But this one is part of it. For the online church, we are making more money than the physical church. It's possible. Because they feel I take care of them. 2 of them have come for funerals here in Kenya of their parents. And we have followed them up to the funeral and later on for a fellowship. Mtu akirudi kwa nasia amependwa. Akifika tu hivyo anatuma $100. That's how much. Hiyo 10K na hiyo ni sadaka tu ya one day. Kuna mwenye itutumia 150,000 in dollars. There is even a church that said we would like to tuhudumiwe na nyinyi. Yaani vile tu mnaita mhubiri kama mimi hapa, wakaita kanisa yetu ya online iwahudumie. Wakaweka screens tukiwa Dhome. Tukawahubiria. Ilikuwa 5 in the evening because it's the US. That's when it's like 10 in the morning or something. So tukawahubiria. Na wakatoa pesa. They gave us a donation of 900,000. 900,000. These are not stories. These are things I have the figures. So kwa hapo ukidhani Facebook tu ni ya kuona mapicha. Mimi niko hapo nikiona job. Naweza employiwa tu nikuwe pastor wa hiyo church. Youth pastor nipeane. Juu inaweza nilipa tu vizuri. Can pay me well. Because people are all over there with lockdowns. And they need a pastor. And I'm there with them. Na hakuna pastor siwapei. Nikitaka kuwekea Kigame apige nyimbo 30 minutes na muingiza tu kwa Zoom. Anawapigia wimbo 30 minutes. Nikitumia Kigame 10K. Ako tu sawa juu alikuwa tu kwake hajatumia mafuta yoyote. Na sadaka imeingia. Sasa wewe angalia hidu hivyo wewe. Me, of course, for me my business is church. What about your business? Ama juu unasomea water engineering unataka biashara? Kuna kama kuna watu waliona hiyo story. Did you see the story of hot water engineer? It was an insult from Nelson Harvey. Aliambia jamaa, I know you are a hot water engineer in that office. Ndio kupika chai. Ilikuwa matusi ya intellectuals, matusi. Hot water engineer. Ilikuwa tu mbaya. Na iliingia tu it hit differently. It mstrap, toe up. Hot water engineer. Anyway, you can also sell your business that way. Even to a model, and I will be showing you that in the final 30 minutes of this presentation. Now, I'm right where I need to stop. I'll give you 15 minutes. We come back at 12. Ndio tuingie tena tuangalie the different social media platforms. During that time, watu wa media wataangalia vile watanitengenezea PowerPoint kabisa, so that even some photos can be seen. I want us to look at demographics. You know what is demographics? Ni tuangalie WhatsApp iko na watu wangapi in the world and also in Kenya. Ni sawa? Unaziona pale? Those are the demographics. I'll be taking you through them. Then we see how do we influence them. Fika saa 7. Toka saa 9 tunaongea kuhusu principles. Principles when we are doing social media influence. Tuko pamoja? Tumeenda vizuri. Kwa wapi praise and worship? Nilikuwa request hymns kadhaa. Kuna moja mnaweza chapa. Yes, I love hymns. I'm a Presbyterian. So I love hymns. Ni vile tu za Kikuyu siwezi. Wangapi ni wa Kikuyu huko? Unajua nimeambiwa nyinyi mtoka mbali. Kuna watu unafanya nini huko Kambani? Wangapi wametoka Ukambani? Sawa. Kuna wimbo mzee nilikuwa nimefunzwa kitambo. Gatana na vika osomeni wangai gatana emona meai wa kwa medho gatana na vika osomeni wangai ndiye thino yake kuo na wona naye kitambo sana nakumbuka. All right, so as they do so feel free take some air. We are back exactly at 12. I'll be standing here.